Epic Writer. Alright. I've tried this guy before, and I think he rips you off. I don't know. A man approaches us with a request from a room for a room and some help to write a grand tale for the ages. He promises us he will make sure to include Macedon in the tale, so it will be beneficial for us as well as himself. If he managed to write this epic, he will receive the goodwill of common folk as well as showing everyone what wise, beneficial rulers we are. I feel like that should say benevolent, not beneficial. Like we're just paying him basically. So the writing begins. We lose a lot of money, which we don't have, or we could give him a little bit less, or we could set him on his way. Let's set a room aside. We'll try it. We make good money. Make like 14, 15 ducats a month right now. I am going to change over from the bellicose stance. Or if you guys really insist, we could go do some, like, war. We could find someone to attack. The thing is, if we just wait, if we just play tall for a while, then we can basically power ahead of everyone else, and we can get down to this 4th tradition, and then we can just raid ports to enslave people. We don't actually have to wage war to get slaves, you know? I feel like we should just play tall, right? Like we should do a dedicated play tall strat so you guys can see if it's actually valid. I feel like if we try to hybridize it, it's going to be less obvious, you know? Some national population growth, primary culture happiness. That capital import route could be good. We could spend that on what? What would we import? National citizen output bonus. That would be pretty good. Dies because citizens produce research, so that's effectively a base multiplier to research output that would be multiplicative with the research percent-based multipliers as well. But we don't have any access to dies. No one can provide them to us. I mean, we could, yeah, I guess we could do that. If you guys want, we could declare war and then just not take any land. But the thing is, even if we gain slaves, just the act of gaining slaves will reduce our research efficiency, because our overall population will go up while slaves add no research points. So the amount of outputted research will stay the same while the population goes up, which reduces research efficiency rate. Yeah. I'll do the stance change. I'm just looking to see if primary culture happiness, we could possibly do that. The only city that we're really getting like great research from is our capital. We get 22.23 research from our capital city out of a total of like 89. So it's like a quarter of all research is done in one city. The rest is pretty well spread out, but that could be pretty useful. I'll just do that. Seems good. And then, yeah, let's change over our stance. So now that we actually have 100 points, we can see the effects. Change stance costs 100 diplo points, or 100 oratory power, whatever you want to call it. In my mind, it's still like military points, diplo points, and then there's like, I don't know, admin points and religious points or something. Mercantile stance gives national commerce income plus 25, and the cost to create trade routes goes down. And it gives you a bunch of extra opinion. All nations within range get 20 opinion with you, and all other nations with mercantile stance get an extra 30 on top of the plus 20. Not to mention that national commerce income plus 25 would offset the free trade penalty that we have, and we're already making more money from commerce than we are from taxes. So that one looks pretty appealing. We've got the appeasing stance, which reduces the cost to improve relations by 25%. Base cost to improve relations, I think, is 50 oratory points. Also allows you to... kind of weak. Subjugative stance, integration speed, loyalty of subject states, and opinion of our subjects. I think mercantile makes the most sense here. A large enemy to your east, you need to secure yourself against Phrygia. He'll never attack us. Economically, we are so strong like, I don't know the console commands in this game yet to like switch over, but if we were to compare ourselves to him, he's got 65 cohorts. We only have 21. I've been extremely lazy. I'm just bleeding away the excess manpower every month because I'm not training new units. Because we don't need to. But we could. Like, we could just start building some units just for the sake of having some. For manpower recovery's sake, but all that's going to do is cut into our surplus income each month. Alright, so next up, we can save up our oratory power to be able to fabricate a claim. Granted, we probably should have done that first before switching stance if we were going to do it. I don't think declaring a no CB war makes sense if we're trying to play tall. Sure, we'll send that guy to the Olympics. Right now I'm just checking to see if, like, there's lots of slaves all spread out. We need to consolidate them into a single location so we can actually get extra trade bonuses. So like in Tricka, we could go up to 13. You know what this must be? All right, I think I may have figured this out. You remember earlier when I was confused? No, it's still 13. This one's 15. Oh, you're right. You are right. There, thank you. It's the farmland terrain bonus. Slaves needed for local surplus -2 in farmland. Thank you. God, that was driving me nuts. Could not figure out why in some places you only needed 13, other places you needed 15. Terrain, farmlands. Cool, thank you. We've got it. So that means that I may have accidentally put 15 in places that didn't need it then. Let's see, we've got, in Tarania, we needed 15, we needed 13 here. Thessaly actually only needed 13, so I went overboard on that. We needed the 15 here. In which case, choosing cities to develop should also... Yes, it definitely should take into terrain into account. I mean, it looks like farmland is the only one that's actually got that significant bonus. So farmland with like a good trade good could be huge. All right, out of the provinces that we have where we haven't really focused our slaves, let's find a good trade good in good terrain. You know, Pharsalos, I think we should just keep deving it up. It's farmland, it's got vegetables. We already have the surplus bonuses and stuff, but I've got buildings here, which is also good, so... Let's go up to 26 here. Let's move another 11 slaves to Pharsalos. Now we have a vegetable surplus here, which is fine. Does it make citizens unhappy if you take away their slaves? Nope. Doesn't really appear to be any discount or any penalty to it whatsoever. Not that I've seen. It also unlocks an extra building slot for us, so we can go up to 5. So Pharsalos has 5 marketplaces, and in Macedonia, Pella's got 8 marketplaces. Pretty massive increase to taxes, commerce, income, and our civilization cap is 50 here. See how slow the civilization value comes up? We could switch over the encourage trade one. We had the oratory power for it. And there is a focus you can do that increases civilization growth rate, but I don't know. It's kind of like, it reminds me of running the autonomy decay edict in EU4, which is generally a bad idea. Supply limit of 97 in our capital, so we'll just keep on training new units here. I suppose just for fun, let's go ahead and get a claim fabricated so we can declare the war. I don't know. Really, if we're not trying to take lands and we just want the pops, then I mean, you gain pop, but I feel like in this game you're supposed to like go through phases where you get a really great research multiplier, you get really far ahead on your advances, and then you blob for a while. And then in that period, you sort of fall behind on tech because you've got lots of slaves that are bad research efficiency modifiers, lots of freemen, lots of tribesmen, and then you can kind of consolidate them all again as your tyranny and your aggressive expansion decay over time. And then you go into another cycle where you bump up your oratory advances and martial advances, etc., and then you keep doing that over and over again. Hey, look, the epic struggle. The guy is not written anything, of course. Of course not. I don't care. Now we put in a better advisor. We can take a look, maybe. We currently have, I mean, some of these are more important than others, like having this guy is completely meaningless to us right now. We don't need the aggressive expansion impact because we're not a warmonger. Sacrifice of the Gods is practically useless. We've never bumped stability at all, so we don't really care about these. Mercenary maintenance, we don't hire mercs. Morale of armies, we don't really go to war. Omen power, we do once every 5 years. Legitimacy just sits at 100%. National taxes is somewhat relevant, but most of our money's coming from trade. And then impact on health from this guy is meaningless because we're at max health because we're not ill. So like it just doesn't matter really. Or we could try to do these guys, but these guys are at 9, 10, and 8. Maybe. All right, yep, there's this guy. He's slightly better. 003, 11. This guy had 10, so it's going to be pretty hard to beat. And this guy had 9. There's a characters list we could do, and I think if we show characters, sort by martial, try to find someone who's actually got more overall. We do have someone who has 10 finesse, but it's a woman. Let's filter out women, because they're useless. What? So he's 9, and he's already appointed. 9's the best that I found for military. 10 was the best we had for charisma, and then we've got 11 for zeal. Hey, I said women are useless in the context of the game, obviously. Well, the thing about women in this game is that you can't appoint them to any jobs. They can't lead armies. You marry them off sometimes, but their stats don't seem to matter. Their attributes don't seem to matter. They make kids, but we are not Cassander Antipatrid. We are whoever they elect. And, you know, like, even as a aristocratic monarchy, like, it doesn't really matter, you know? It plays more like EU4, where you are just the country. We're Macedon. We're not a particular character. I know we are him. I'm just saying he doesn't matter. I mean, you know what I mean? He's very little to do with the overall game. And it's even more pronounced when you're playing as a republic. Because with the republics, you cycle characters quite often. Anyway, we have some money. Let's do a building in a place. Let's see if we have another place with a lot of citizens. So Pharsalos is already been upgraded to max marketplace count. Next highest citizen count place. I mean, eventually I want to just keep piling more and more of them into the capital city, but Thessaloniki has building slots with quite a few citizens. We do have some Jewish Hebrews in here. They're not quite as happy, which means that they don't produce as much. Think of happiness as just like an efficiency multiplier. A 50% happy Jewish Hebrew puts out half as much as a Hellenic Macedonian. So converting them, suddenly they make more stuff. Great, right? I didn't kill them, I converted them. There's a difference. The spread of ISIS. What do you think? Should we set some room aside for ISIS? An Egyptian ship is docked. The ISIS cult. I think we don't welcome the ISIS cult. I think we say no. It's funny though. I know I keep on spending my oratory power, and we're supposed to be saving that so we can fabricate a claim, but look at this, we're about to get our second advance already. I mean, that's great. Egypt still has none, the Seleucids have none, Georgia's got none, Carthage has none, Rome has none, all the people you would expect to be dangerous, or like somewhat, danger threat thing to you. None of them have anything, and we're already about to hit 2. Okay, let's get a thing. Omen power, national population growth, omen duration. I think at this point, actually, the capital import route is going to do more for us, because we can take advantage of that to pick up another surplus in capital bonus. There we go. So, like, for example, precious metals. We could get citizen promotion cost -10. I think we already have a slight discount to citizen promotion cost. Yeah, export of precious metals is -5. So we've got that. Take that down to a price of 8 then per pop. Or surplus in capital with gemstones gives national country civilization level +5. It's pretty huge. Where was the bonus to citizen output? Dies? Was it dies? Yeah, national citizen output +5. So I think that that's pretty impactful, because that's actually going to be one of the few other sources we can pick up that's going to increase the base research points generated from citizens. However, I think that it's going to be additive with the 75% capital area city region bonus. But, we generate 22 research points here out of 92. So, yeah, it's a lot in the capital, but a lot of it happens everywhere else too. That still would be pretty impactful, probably. But to get dyes, we don't even have dyes yet. And no one can provide them to us, and I don't think we produce them anywhere. It's not even a real option, is it? So if not dyes, then probably that surplus in capital precious metals bonus would be worthwhile. Let's go for that. Is there trade good map mode? Yes. Looks like that. Kind of a lot of colors. So you gotta read it and then find the one you're looking for. Dyes, I'm guessing, are probably gonna be like, what, India somewhere? There's dates. There's dyes. So there are some dyes over here, but just not very many. Show Phrygia. What about them? They've got 52 cohorts, 18k manpower. We have 44,000 manpower, and we now have 39 cohorts trained. So, I mean, we're about as strong as they are, and I'm not even trying to really do military stuff. Why are there 2 Aeolias? Well, he's not at war with anyone. This is a democratic republic. This is an autocratic monarchy. I guess that could be part of it, possibly? Die in Lesbos? Lesbian dies. Can you rename cities and provinces? I haven't tried that, actually. Let's try. I'm not seeing a clickable interface anywhere in here. So I'm going to say no, you can't. This guy's trying to import fish. It's fine. Okay, we've got enough civic power to allow us to do a trade good. These are all the things that are currently available. We don't actually have a surplus of that thing. Honey. And the precious metals citizen promotion cost actually does save us monarch points. Every additional surplus of this does also give research points multiplier, another 5%, plus the civic tech investment discount. Hemp gives local slave output plus 10. That's actually pretty significant too. We have 65 slaves in the capital state, capital province, excuse me. So having an extra base like 10% slave output on all of that, that's a lot of tax. But we're fine, we got plenty of money. Does slave happiness affect promotion costs? Nope. It's actually a very valid strategy to promote away. Let's see if I can find an example. Our freemen have 83% happiness. Our citizens have 98. So if I pay to promote these guys, we're converting unhappy pops into even happier pops, which is it's a valid strategy. I'm gonna go for that citizen promotion cost discount. We'll import some more precious metals. And that should give us the trade bonus for precious metals, which will then start to apply probably on the next monthly tick on the freemen. Down to 8. Of course, we still need to save up our diplo points so we can actually, you know, fabricate a claim because people want to go to war for some reason. Even though, I don't know if you've noticed, there's no reason to go to war. Like, this is the thing, it confuses me. Like, playing tall is completely valid. I have not declared a single offensive war. We're probably one of the strongest economic countries in the game already. Can't tell because there's no ledger, but... we have oratory advances now at level 2. The strongest country in the game by score is Maurya. No advances. I kind of want to just keep on like taking this to its logical extreme. Like, if we just never declare war, we just stay focused on just sitting here and building all the buildings and stuff. That'd be pretty good, right? Look at that, civic advances. And as we continue to get these, we're getting more and more available inventions to choose from too. Omen power is better. Ooh, national slave output plus 10%, that's good. Military tradition cost minus 10, sounds good. Time for a new omen. We can do Blessing of Athena. We can save up. Actually, I think some of these affect the omens. So if we wanted to, we could maybe... How come there's no scroll bar here? It's showing only exactly 3 of each. Am I wrong about this? I thought there'd be a scroll bar. If you don't take the inventions, do you like just lose out and you can never get them again? It hides the old ones? Weird. I'm gonna just stick with the current strat. We should keep doing research points. Don't they cycle? No. I mean, again, after we spend all of our money getting all the buildings we could possibly want, we could then just spend every dollar we make on more monarch points. The ratio is awful. 25 monarch points for 242 gold, 10-to-1 exchange ratio, but you could look at it like this. If we're getting a 10-to-1 exchange ratio, that's like an extra 1.6 monarch points of our choosing we could earn each month. We are currently earned 7, 7, 5, and 6. 7 plus 7 plus 5 plus 6 is 25 points per month. I mean, being able to choose the monarch point that you want would be useful. Wrong culture group happiness. Since we're not expanding, we are not having very many people in the wrong culture group. Military tradition cost minus 10. Next cost is going to be 800. Base is 800, so 10% would be an extra 80 reduced. probably would be good. Let's get that one done now.